Hello North Country and welcome to South Acres Field in Plattsburgh for Champlain Valley Athletic Conference varsity softball. Today the game between Saranac Central School and Plattsburgh High School. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon on camera. Saranac, it's the opener for both teams, Saranac and Plattsburgh High School. Their league opener. Saranac coached by Frank Darr, assisted by Mark Riel, and it is their first year, taking over for a longtime coach Ralph Cross. Plattsburgh High School, coached by John Fountain in his 9th year as the head coach at Plattsburgh High School. And once again, the opening of the 2002 CVAC softball season. Last year, Plattsburgh High School finished at 9-2. They clinched the division title and also won the sectional title. And Saranac finished at 6-5 last year. They were 8-10 overall. For the Saranac team, they have players returning: Erica Buckley, Jessica Jackstad, Alex Brown, Ashley Davidson, Stephanie Drillette, Aaron Pangborn, and Marcy Everlith, and joined by newcomers Jamie Facto, Natasha Foster, Jennifer Freeman, Jane Pelletier, Sabrina Thayer, Tiana Gushla, and Katie O'Connell are the new members of the team, and we wish them good luck this season. For Plattsburgh High School, they lost Jaja Cabalet, who is now playing at Plattsburgh State. They lost Lindsay Myers, now playing at Cortland. She was starting pitcher for Plattsburgh High School. Also lost Casey Baker, who's a student at Fordham University in the pre-law program, and they lost Alita Liguri from last season. Players returning: Debbie Davis, Tracy Stedman, Dove Condofoli, Carol Bordeaux, Jen Blake, Megan Hecox, Kate Yakstad, and Holly Latour. Joined by newcomers Heather Sheehan, Amanda Lawrence, Samantha Simpson, Lara Kinney, Emily Cantwell, Kate Flynn, Caitlin Tobrock, and freshman pitcher Kayla Wallenhurst. In fact, pitching for Plattsburgh High School will be the freshman Kayla Wallenhurst. What an outstanding youth career she's had in youth sports around the North Country, playing in the Clinton County Youth Bureau program and also the amateur programs, and she takes to the mound today in her varsity debut. And so we wish the Hornets good luck as well. Once again, I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon on camera, bringing you CVAC varsity softball, Saranac Central at Plattsburgh High School. Several excellent athletes on both teams. Plattsburgh on the field to deliver the pitches. Wallenhorst on the mound, Davis behind the plate. She is a junior, and all the other starters for Plattsburgh High School are seniors. Megan Hecox at second base, shortstop Tracy Stedman, third baseman Jen Blake, and the outfield of Dove Condofoli in left, Cara Bordeaux in center, Holly Latour in right. The batter for Saranac, Tiana Gushla, and the first pitch of her varsity career, a strike from Wallenhorst. Tiana Gushla, she'll be the center fielder for the Chiefs, and the fastball, strike two. Wallenhorst has worked hard since a very young lady on her pitching skills, and it's something that is a difficult job to do. And that looked like a little extra something on it. Right back to the mound and over to Yakstad at first base. A 1-3 put out in the book, and the officials for this game, Pete Ensel and Bob McConey, two of the finest, and they just conferred after that at bat. I'm not sure why. And now standing in is Erica Buckley. Buckley will be the pitcher for Saranac. We are right on South Catherine Street. That one off the fists and over towards the crowd. Screeching brakes on one end. We'll hear all kinds of traffic sounds behind us as South Catherine Street right behind us. The beautiful complex, South Acres Field, a baseball game going on. The canceled game for a snowed out game from yesterday. Peru and Plattsburgh High School off the fists and grabbed in foul territory. Nice grab by Jen Blake in foul territory to Put the put out on Buckley. 2 up and 2 down, and Aaron Pangborn, the shortstop, stands in. Pangborn, known for her 3-pointers, one of the top 3-point shooters in basketball that we've seen in many years. And I wonder if she hits a lot of triples. Keep that 3 going. I'll bet she hits a lot of triples this year. That one just low. 2-0 the count to Pangborn, and Marcy Everlith would be next. That one comes in low and inside. 3-0 the count. Coach Frank Darr in the third base coaching box. Assistant coach Mark Reel in the first base coaching box. And Wallenhorst took a little off that one. The count goes to 3-1. Hard smash, second base, off Heacock's ankle, but she recovered in time to get the put out at first base. Nice play by Tobrock, stayed in front of the hard shot. No runs, no hits for Saranac. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and the score is Saranac 0 and Plattsburgh High School ready to bat. Erica Buckley on the mound. We love to watch those left-handers at work. And her catcher is Marcy Everlith. Standing in, Megan Heacox leading off for the Hornets. That one in the dirt, ball 1. The infield for Saranac has Jess Jackstad at first base. Second baseman is Katie O'Connell. The shortstop is Aaron Pangborn, and the third baseman is Steph Drolette. In the outfield, it's Tiana Gushlaw in center with Alex Brown in right and Ashley Davidson in left. That's the defense for Saranac behind the pitcher, Erica Buckley. Heacox will be followed by Debbie Davis. That one got just a piece of it and into the mask of the catcher, Everlith. Pete Ensel does some housekeeping around home plate. 50 degrees at game time, and the temperature has dropped on our AccuStat thermometer, dropped to 49 by the bottom of the first inning. Called strike 3 on Heacox. The fastball sliced the knees, and Buckley with that fastball records a strikeout. Several of these players have played on the AAU softball program. Davis bats. First at-bat of the season for all these ladies. Boy, you wait for that. All those practices, especially in the North Country, gymnasium practices are not the most exciting. And you're happy to get outside. If it's in the 40s, let's get us outside, get some swings. That one comes in low. 2-0 the count to Davis. Dove Condifoli waits in the on-deck circle. Davis taking all the way. Buckley on the mound and Davis ready, batting in the number 2 spot. Got a piece of it tipped into the glove. Count goes to 2-2 on Debbie Davis. Buckley brought that one in a little too high. Count is full on Debbie Defense Davis, but the players on the Hornets told me her new name is Snack Cakes. I think I'll stick with calling her Debbie Defense Davis. The wind-up and the payoff pitch fouled away. Another payoff pitch will be on the way. Davis smiling in that batter's box. Oh boy, this gets me wanting to play some baseball, some softball. I'd play in 50-degree weather. Let off on that one. Buckley took a little off her fastball, and Davis greeted it nicely. Shaking her hand at first base, stung a little, but it'll count in the book as a base hit. She's batting 1,000 on the season, leading the CVAC in hitting at this point. And now, Dove Condifoli, guess what? She wears number 18 on her back. She is 18 years old today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dove Condifoli. Happy birthday to you. The left fielder for the Hornets popped it up and giving chase both the third baseman and the catcher, but they ran out of space just over the fence. Condifoli hoping to start the season with the base hit. Davis at first base with 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Catcher Everlith does some adjustments to the knee pads. 0-2 the count on Condifoli. Buckley is ready and delivers. Strikeout recorded. 2 strikeout, steal of second base, and Davis in safely. 2 outs. Davis now in scoring position at second base, and a cleanup hitter, Tracy Stedman, is the batter. She's the Hornets' shortstop.
They got 2 ladies.
Softball, as is the tradition, you play in on the corners. Swung on and missed. Davis leads off second base. Stedman's timing off on that one. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Davis in scoring position at second. Holly Latour would be next for Plattsburgh. 1-1 the count to Stedman. Buckley's pitch skips the plate, and 2-1. Our thanks to Tina and Brian and all of the Perry family for their support. That one, a slow roller. Pangborn had to hurry. The throw a little offline, and Davis scores the first run, and Stedman goes to second. Ooh, how are we going to score that one? I don't know. That's a tough one to score. For now, I'm giving Stedman the base hit. Infield, it was a little bit of a slow roller. We'll say she beat it out. And Davis scores 1-0 Plattsburgh. Had that ball been hit harder, Pangborn wouldn't have had to hurry the throw. So Plattsburgh caught a break that it wasn't hit sharply to shortstop, and Pangborn had to charge it and fire on the run. We'll say Stedman beat it out for an infield single, and now here's Holly Latour. 1-0 Plattsburgh.
2 ladies, go.
The opening of the CVAC softball season, strike called there. We're at South Acres Field in Plattsburgh. We already have 1 softball game under our belt. We brought you one of the Plattsburgh State softball games. That one off the fists and towards some fans who are on their way to the game. Holly Latour at the plate. Eric Gagnon on camera. Hands getting a little chilly. Bottom of the first inning. That one skips away, and that'll be an extra base for Stedman. So she's over at third base. Bob McConey and Pete Ensel are the officials. John Fountain in the third base coaching box. He's the head coach. Looks like he doesn't have an assistant this year. That pitch came in high. In the first base coaching box, none other than Caitlin Tobrock. Pangborn over to Jackstad for the out. Plattsburgh scores 1 run on a couple of hits after 1 inning. It's Hornets 1 and Chiefs 0. Marcy Everlith, Katie O'Connell, and Alex Brown, the middle 3 in the batting order for Saranac. Second inning of work for Kayla Wallenhorst, fouled off on her first pitch. Wallenhorst had a 3-up and 3-down first inning, 2 infield grounders and 1 foul pop-out. Everlith bats in the cleanup spot, and her brother Dylan is here at the game. He's watching this one. He's all bundled under the, in that, there's Dylan. We mentioned his name, he got uncovered under that blanket. Swung on and missed. That one a little bit too low. Wallenhorst pitch, called strike. First strikeout of her varsity career on an excellent batter, Marcy Everlith. So Wallenhorst right in the groove. First 4 varsity batters she faces, and she records outs, 4 up and 4 down. She is just a freshman. Big shoes to fill because Plattsburgh High School has a reputation of having some very good pitchers through their program. Katie O'Connell bats. Katie has the distinction of having the biggest fan club here at the game. Her grandpa and grandma are here, and dad is here. And I'm not sure who else, but a big fan club for the to watch Katie O'Connell play. She bats in the number 5 spot. Ooh, Wallenhorst took a little off that, and O'Connell was ahead of the pitch and pulled it foul. Now O'Connell also plays hockey. How about that? She was one of the fine hockey players for Saranac on the boys hockey team, of course. So an outstanding hockey player and a softball player. Swung on and missed, and Wallenhorst has a little mustard going in the second inning. She's picked up 2 strikeouts. Alex Brown, the right fielder, bats. Looks down to Coach Dar for the signals, but basically, unless you're going to sneak a drop bunt in front of Jen Blake at third base, you're going to be looking for a good pitch. The old pick out a good one sign. 1-0 the count to Alex Brown. Steph Drillette, hope she gets the bat. She's in the on-deck circle. 1-1 the count. Temperature was 50 degrees at game time. It has dipped to 47, and there's the bunt. Wallenhorst on it, the race to first base. Wallenhorst throw beats Brown by 2 steps, and no runs, no hits, and nobody left on for Saranac. We played 1.5. It's Plattsburgh 1 and Saranac 0. Erica Buckley back on the mound. She faces Kara Bordeaux. And that's called strike 1 at the letters. Bordeaux will be followed by Kate Yokstad and Jen Blake. Swung on and missed. Buckley had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. She has walked no one. She surrendered a run on 2 hits. One of those 2 hits, a controversial decision by the scorekeeper. 1-2 the count to Bordeaux. Just low, 2-2. Bordeaux feels very comfortable on a softball field as well as a swimming pool. One of the top swimmers for that outstanding Plattsburgh High School swim team. And now Buckley in danger of losing Bordeaux. Had her 0-2. Now it's 3-2. Full count, as they say. Bordeaux leading off the bottom of the second inning. Swung on and missed. She had to go down a little bit to get that one. Fouled it off. Spoiled a good pitch by Buckley. Yokstad, O'Connell, Pangborn around the infield along with third baseman Drillette. Called strike 3. Bordeaux might have been looking for the fastball, and Buckley just took a little off it. And now Kate Yokstad stands in. And what I don't need is for her to hit it to Jackstad, because then I'll really get tongue-tied. And she does. It's off the glove of Jackstad. And Yokstad with a base hit off the glove of Jackstad. I got that right. Third hit of the game for the Hornets. And that was a hard shot. And you know how those first basemen play in, so all that Jackstad could do was try to get some leather on it, which she did. She slowed it down. Had she not even got the leather on it, it might have gone down the right field line for a double, maybe even a triple. Jen Blake bats. One on and one out for Plattsburgh. They lead by 1. Fastball just low. Buckley likes to keep it low in that strike zone. Good idea. Does a nice job of keeping the ball low. Buckley looks in and delivers. Again low. Jakstad not moving off first base. She's anchored there for the time being. The pitch. That one up high for a ball. I think the count might be 3-1. Oh, it's the walk. So Blake draws a walk. First walk issued by Buckley. She now has walked 1, struck out 3, and we're to the final batter in the batting order for Plattsburgh, Emily Cantwell, who's the designated player. She bats in the Kayla Wallenhorst spot in the batting order. 2 on and 1 out, the top of the order to follow, so a big bat here for Cantwell. She drops the bunt, a pretty one, down the first baseline, and Buckley dropped the ball. She picked it up cleanly, went to grab it, and dropped it, just squirted out of her glove. Will give Cantwell the sacrifice, but also an error on the pitcher Buckley. So the bases are loaded for the top of the order. Wow, that beautiful bunt by Cantwell set the table for a Plattsburgh rally, because now it's Megan Hecox. She's 0 for 1. She was called out on strikes, but a big at bat here. Big chance for Plattsburgh. 3 on and a 1 out bottom of the second inning. Fans are chilly, I can tell you that. I see that most fans got their hands in their pockets or they're hiding under their parka. Eric Gagnon on camera feeling just fine, thank you. Poked to the outfield, center fielder on the run and caught. Nice catch by Tiana Gushla in center field. On the run, grabbed it right in front of second baseman O'Connell. So Hecox pops up to center field and not deep enough to drive in Jakstad from third base. So Buckley with the possibility of getting out of this trouble spot. Bases loaded, 2 outs now. But she has to face Debbie Davis, and Davis is 1 for 1 in the game and has scored the 1 Hornet run. Key at bat early in the game. That one comes in high, ball 1.
Get down, ladies, go.
Called strike 1 across the letters. Davis cut her teeth in the Plattsburgh Little League baseball program playing against the guys. Did a great job, one of the all-stars. Ground ball, third base to home plate for the final out. Nice play from Drolette to catcher Everlith to end the rally for Plattsburgh High School, and Buckley gets out of the jam unscathed. No runs on 1 hit in the inning, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base after 2. It's Plattsburgh High School 1 and Saranac Central 0. Steph Drolette, Ashley Davidson, and Jess Jakstad for Saranac. Called strike 1. Kayla Wallenhorst on the mound for her 3rd inning of work. She has faced the minimum through 2. That one, hard smash. Ooh, Mark Riel, good hands in the first base coaching box. He's obviously played some baseball in his day. Those quick hands, very important. He's a first-year assistant coach. Very important to have quick hands. And that one smashed, swung late and smashed against the backstop. Drolette is the batter. Wallenhorst has struck out 2 through 2 innings of work. That one comes in well high. Now, as you notice, these ladies are wearing shorts. 50 degrees at game time, I don't mind. It is now dipped on our AccuStat thermometer to 45 degrees. That one fouled to the fan area, and a good catch in the stands by somebody's dad. Wow, some great job here. I didn't like to play when it was cold like this. I didn't like to have cold hands playing baseball. I like to eat when it's cold, but playing baseball was not big on my priority list. I'd rather have 90 degrees and play a doubleheader. Hard smash down the right field line, and they'll give chase. So the speed of those Wallenhorst pitches, Saranac batters having a hard time getting around on them, but by the mid-innings, Wallenhorst might lose a little zip on the fastball, and the batters will be looser and more used to those pitches. And then, wouldn't you know, she throws the changeup. And a good at-bat by Steph Drillette. She is staying alive. Is that a Bee Gees tune? Staying alive. Ooh, just outside. Close one. 2-2 the count, I believe. Might be 3-2. I think it's 2-2. And this one, hard smash, foul. And again, Mark Riel with the good hands in the coach's box. 2-2 the count. That one too low, 3-2. So Drillette, a great at bat. She has made this pitcher Wallenhorst work, and she's fouled off, what, 5 pitches? A 10-pitch at bat by Steph Drillette. And another one fouled. And Coach Riel is 3 for 3. Now he's got a bobble one. He's due. It's cold weather. He's 3 for 3 on the foul grounders. He leads the coaching staff of the CVAC. And a strikeout. Wallenhorst, all that work. A great at bat by Drillette, but she goes down swinging. Third strikeout by Kayla Wallenhorst. It's Ashley Davidson. Oh, 1 the count. Wallenhorst mixing her speeds well, and she has excellent control. Fastball just outside, 1-1 the count. Called strike 2. In ball Dupree's, as they say at the Big O. And the changeup caught her this time. Nice swing by Davidson. And a base hit. First base runner of the game for Saranac Central comes with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. And now Jess Jackstad at the plate. Jackstad is the first baseman for the Chiefs. 1 on and 1 out. Swinging strike, the attempted bunt. Jackstad looks down to Coach Dar for the signals, gets back into the batter's box, 0-1 the count. Jen Blake in close at 3rd base, ready for the bunt. The bunt is fouled away, 0-2 the count. Saranac trying to get a runner in scoring position for the top of the order, but now Jackstad will have to swing away. She was an excellent basketball player. Let's see through the list. Let's see, Gushlaw, Buckley, Pangborn played on the basketball team for Saranac. Excellent season they had. Alex Brown did, and Jess Jackstad among the starters. I didn't write down the entire roster of Saranac. I figured if they make a change that hopefully they'll come over and tell me. Ashley Davidson at first base. First hit of the game for Saranac. And Jackstad stays alive with the foul balls. One ball, 2 strikes to Jackstad. Called strike 3. 4 strikeouts now recorded by Wallenhorst. And now it's the top of the order. Tiana Gushla, who hit one back to the mound in her first at-bat. And you might try a steal to test the arm of Davis. Try to get that runner in scoring position. And should she be thrown out, you'd still have the top of the order to start your 4th inning. Change up for a strike. 0-2 the count. Wallenhorst pitch. Swung on and missed. That's the 3rd out of the inning anyway. What's up, folks? I'm with them. The umps are with them, but 3rd out of the inning as Gushla goes down swinging. So Kayla Wallenhorst strikes out the side. 5 of the last 6 outs have been strikeouts. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for Saranac. And as we go to the bottom of the 3rd, it's Plattsburgh High School 1 and Saranac Central 0. Dove Condifoli, Tracy Stedman, and Holly Latour. The numbers 3, 4, 5 hitters in the batting order. The opening of the season for both teams, Plattsburgh High School with the slim 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. A roller foul. Dove Condifoli celebrating her 18th birthday today. Well, she hasn't celebrated it much yet. Her team saying happy birthday to her prior to game time. And that one poked to left field. Deep, 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 back, and hauled in left field by Ashley Davidson. Good power from Condifoli, but she flies to left. 1 out, and Tracy Stedman. Stedman with the infield single that drove in Debbie Davis for the only run of the game. Now Coach Riel repositioning his outfielders. Tracy Stedman at the plate. Buckley pitches her 3rd inning of work, and that one to 3rd base. Nice one-hopper from Gillette across to Jackstad, and a quick 5-3 put out. Buckley having a good inning. She's retired 4 in a row since getting in that bases-loaded jam. And now Holly Latour. Latour hit one to shortstop, which was nicely fielded by Pangborn in the 1st inning. Good pitcher's duel between Erica Buckley and Kayla Wallenhorst. Plattsburgh with 1 run on 3 hits. They've left 4 on base. Saranac, no runs on 1 hit, and they have left 1 runner on base. Did we say Pete Ensel's the home plate umpire? None other than Peter Ensel. And the base umpire, none other than Bob McConey. Yes, you heard me correctly. See, I would never be a good catcher. You got to bother with all that equipment. I played first base, just wear the big glove, and that was enough. Catchers with all this stuff. Eric caught in Pee Wee baseball. Did you catch on the pony level or just Pee Wee level? Pony too? Yeah, too much. Too much. Plus you're sweating, getting dirty, and all that summer weather. Yeah, but Pee Wee baseball, excellent catcher was Eric Gagnon. Yeah, but he got a thumb injury early in his career, which short-circuited his baseball career. He got a thumb injury from catching those fastballs served up by Craig Miner in Pee Wee baseball. Was he the fastest pitcher that you ever caught? Craig Miner, maybe? Or
Ryan Constantine.
Oh, Ryan Constantine, the big hockey star. He was a good Pee Wee baseball player. Ooh, he could chuck a fastball in those days. Ryan Constantine. Quite a hockey star on the collegiate level. Holly Latour blasts that one to Payneborn at shortstop to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down go the Hornets. And after 3, the score is Hornets 1 and Saranac Chiefs 0. Top of the 4th inning. Isn't that when we do the hot dog survey, Eric? Top of the 4th inning. We would be. Boy, wouldn't it be great if the ding-dong wagon went driving by, served up some hot dogs for us. Kayla Wallenhorst pitches and Erica Buckley bats. She fouls that one a long ways back. Saranac, no runs, 1 hit. They have committed 1 error. They have left 1 on base. Plattsburgh has 1 run on 3 hits. They have not committed an error. They have left 4 on the base paths. The let-up was inside. Erica Buckley pitching a great game for Saranac. And a strikeout recorded. Another strikeout. Wow. 3 strikeouts in a row now by Wallenhorst and 6 in the game. She's turning into Randy Johnson here. My goodness. Pangborn bats. She grounded out to second base. John Fountain and home plate umpire Pete Ensel in a discussion. Johnny's chucking some M&Ms in his, he's got some candy and M&Ms over there. I wonder if Pete wanted some of those. I wonder what John's got. We're getting around dinner time. He's eating something there he's got in his pocket. Find out between the innings. Pangborn fouls that one against the backstop. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 46 degrees. It was 50 degrees at game time, but 46 degrees on our AccuStat thermometer. Although for some reason Eric's hands are losing circulation and they're down to about 30 degrees. That one skipped in low. I brought some liquid refreshment to drink and I haven't touched it. That one comes in too low. So now Pangborn should be ahead in the count. It is 3-2, 2-2 or 3-2. So I guess it's not that much ahead. The Wallenhorst pitch fouled our way and right under the legs of the camera guy. And I may have injured myself going for the ball. First game of the season, and I didn't loosen up before game time. And I reached over for that one. I might have pulled a hammy. Reached over for that one to my left. I always had that good move to the left. That's long gone. And Wallenhorst strikes out Pangborn. Oh my goodness. 4 strikeouts in a row. Since that Davidson single, I think it made Wallenhorst a little surly, because since then she has struck out the next 4 batters. Marcy Everleth, she's 0 for 1, and that one's strike 1. Kayla Wallenhorst in her varsity debut. She's a freshman, and she is on the beam. That one popped up. Who wants it? Catcher Davis calls for it in fair territory. The play made by Davis to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Plattsburgh ahead of Saranac 1-0. Senior Kara Bordeaux leads off the bottom of the 4th for Plattsburgh High School. She'll be followed by Yakstad and Blake. 3 Hornet hits in the game, 1 by Davis, 1 by Stedman of the infield variety, and 1 by Yakstad. Beautiful pitch from Erica Buckley. Like to watch those left-handers work. Very good. I like a left-hander. Windmill delivery comes in high. 2-1 the count to Kara Bordeaux.
Good work out there.
Yes, strike 2. I'd want to jump on that one. Suppose the leadoff hitter, you want to get runners on base, so maybe the leadoff hitter of an inning being a little choosy. And that one came in well high. Oh, the count was 3 balls. So the walk to Bordeaux to lead off the inning. Now that is walk number 2 issued by Buckley, and she has struck out 3 in the game. Yokstad 1 for 1 in the contest. Just a quick timeout while they waited for Kara Bordeaux to tie her shoes. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon on camera. We're at South Acres Field in Plattsburgh for CVAC varsity softball. The bunt attempt missed by Yokstad. Bordeaux holds at first base. Caitlin Tobrock in the first base coaching box for the Hornets. And to right field, that may drop in, long run, but just foul. Bob McConey hustled over to get a good look at it, and it was foul by a little bit. So Yokstad makes contact there, but it falls foul. The Saranac outfield of Gushlaw in center with Alex Brown in right and Ashley Davidson in left. That one had no chance, and Bordeaux easily gets to second base on the wild pitch. So now you have Bordeaux in scoring position with nobody out, bottom of the 4th inning. The Hornets lead the game 1-0. And that one low. So Buckley, that play at third base, and in safely is Bordeaux. Buckley struggling suddenly with her control. And Bordeaux is all around to third. 2-2 the count to Yokstad. And that one to the mound. They hold the runner. Now she's sent, and Kara Bordeaux got her. Oh, out at the plate. Out at the plate because home plate umpire says she missed the plate, which she did. She couldn't get around the catcher to get the touch home plate, and then she was tagged out as she tried to get to home plate. So let's see. We have an infield ground out for Yokstad and then a put out, and suddenly Plattsburgh with a chance to get that second run across. They have nobody on and 2 outs. Buckley squirmed out of a 3-on and 1-out jam in the second inning, and she gets out of this runner on third and nobody out. Suddenly the double play, bases empty, 2 outs, and Jen Blake bats. She walked in her first at-bat. A 1-0 barn burner in our first high school softball game of the season. Who could ask for more? This is shaping up as one of those bucket of wings nights. And the temperature even warming up. 46.5 on our AccuStat thermometer. Yesterday it was snow on this very field. Today we're playing softball. Pitch to Blake, much too low. We're in the bottom of the 4th. We'll play 7. Did you know that? We'll play 7. Buckley's pitch, too high. And the walk. So Blake has now walked twice, but Coach Fountain wants to talk to her. He wants to talk to the umpire. He's going to put in a pinch runner. Now this is interesting. With 2 outs, he wants to steal second base. He's not fooling us. He's going to put in a pinch runner, so Blake gets on base for the second time in the game, but he wants a pinch runner, and he just hasn't selected anyone to pinch run. He's going to have an invisible runner down here first. Okay, somebody, it looks like maybe Kate Flynn is going to run. Kate Flynn, indeed. Flinny, as they call her. So the speedster Kate Flynn will be on first base, and she may try to steal, so catcher Marcy Everlith will be ready for that. And the batter, Emily Cantwell, sacrifice bunted. Still a discussion going on the field. I'm not sure what this is all about. Changes all around. The umpires making sure of things. First game of the season for the umpires, and maybe you want to just make sure on substitution rules, all this and all that. And the Saranac coaches want to make sure they know what's going on. So now they have a question. And all the while, their hands must be warm. I can say that. All the people do, and now, out. We have a player called out. That's a third out. I have no idea. We need an explanation.
Probably have to go to first base first.
What?
When she walked, she never went to
She never went to first base.
He sucked the runner.
You are right, sir. She, as soon as the walk was issued, Coach Fountain asked for the pinch runner. So Jen Blake just turned and headed back to the player area, the dugout for Plattsburgh. Never got to first base. So Flynn, I wonder if Flynn goes in the book as having pinch run or not, pinch ran. So I'm going to go get an explanation. We played 4 innings and the score remains. Plattsburgh High School 1 and Saranac 0. Top of the 5th inning, and we got the full explanation. We had time to talk with Coach Riel of Saranac and Coach Fountain of Plattsburgh. Eric's analysis was correct that since the bat, oh well, first let's go to this one. A hard smash to right field by Holly Latour there in right field with the catch on the O'Connell drive. Power shown by Katie O'Connell, but Holly Latour in right field hauled it in. So Eric got it right. When Blake walked, she has to come and touch first base. Then you put in the pinch runner. So by not following that procedure, Plattsburgh picked up an automatic out. Now Flynn is not dead as a player because a new rule in the CVAC softball, substitutions are the same as starters. They can go in and out and then back in. Okay, so Alex Brown hits it back to the mound and it's put out at first. So 2 quick outs recorded by Kayla Wallenhorst and the Hornets defense. And now Steph Drillette, she's 0 for 1 in the game. The only hit for Saranac by Ashley Davidson, and Davidson is in the on-deck circle now. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And there's a hit to right field. Latour won't be able to get to that one. They try the play at first base. But Steph Drillette with the base hit to right field. Second hit of the game for Saranac. And with 2 outs, will they try to run? Let's see what happens. Davidson bats, and she'll be followed by Jackstad. Foul ball, strike 1. The first Saranac hit came in the 3rd inning with 1 out, but then Wallenhorst struck out Jackstad and Gushlaw. The second Saranac hit in the 5th with 2 outs. Steph Drillette now at first base, and Ashley Davidson bats, and that one fouled off. 0-2 the count, but Davidson getting a piece of the Wallenhorst fastball. Our thanks to the Perry family for their support. Another piece of it. Count remains 0-2. And that one to right field. Will it drop in? It's foul territory. About 3 feet foul. But Davidson continues to make contact. The outfield for Plattsburgh High School, Dove Condifoli in left, Kara Bordeaux in center, and Holly Latour seeing plenty of action this inning in right field. Catcher Debbie Davis. Wallenhorst delivers the pitch. Low, ball 1. I believe the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maybe it's 2-2. Wallenhorst pitch, and that one to shortstop Stedman, to second baseman Hecox, and the 6-4 fielder's choice ends the inning for Saranac. No runs on 1 hit, no errors by Plattsburgh. 1 left on. We've played 4.5, and the score remains Plattsburgh High School 1, Saranac Central 0. Saranac with some defensive changes as Emily Cantwell steps in to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. A new first baseman, Jenny Freeman, into the game for the Chiefs. Jenny Facto in right field, and Natasha Foster in center field. So 3 defensive changes for Saranac Central. Emily Cantwell, who thought she was going to get a chance to be at bat in the bottom of the 4th, but because of an umpire's ruling on a misplay by Plattsburgh, it goes down as no at bat for Cantwell, so she leads off this inning. Top of the order to follow, that means Hecox and Davis, and they hope Conda Foley. 2-2 the count to Emily Cantwell. Cantwell had a sacrifice bunt and reached herself on an error. She draws a walk here, so a good at bat for Cantwell at the bottom of the order. Megan Hecox is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly ball to center field.
Got the bag.
But the speed of Cantwell at first base. Ball 1. Buckley has walked 4, and 3 of those 4 with recent batters. She's walked 3 of the last 4 batters she's faced, so struggling with her control. First game of the season for both teams, and chilly weather. Tough to keep that arm warm when you're on the sidelines. Wild pitch here will send Cantwell to second base. Hecox bats now with a runner in scoring position. Plattsburgh with the slim 1-0 lead, and they would love to get some insurance runs for pitcher Wallenhorst. That one too low. Well, Buckley really struggling with her control. And a walk issued to Hecox, and on the wild pitch on ball 4, Cantwell ends up at third base. So runners on the corners, and Coach Dar is out to talk about it. Timeout on the field, and they may make a pitching change. We'll see, but there's timeout on the field, and the Hornets have a rally in the bottom of the 5th. It's Plattsburgh 1, Saranac 0. Buckley stays in to face Debbie Davis. And the steal of second base, and the ball went through. It looked like Saranac might have wanted to cut off the ball, but they let it go through, and Hecox steals second base. 2 runners now in scoring position. Second and third, nobody out, setting the table for your 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Just what Coach Fountain ordered. And that one gets away from the catcher, and sliding in safely is Emily Cantwell with the second run of the game for Plattsburgh. So she scores on a wild pitch. 2-0, and now at third base is Megan Hecox. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Debbie Davis still at the plate. She's 1 for 2 in the game. Chilly weather for the opening of the CVAC season. We had 90-degree weather a few days ago. Today we are in the 40s. There's a nice pitch for the strike. Buckley pitching just in a t-shirt. My goodness, several of the other ladies have long sleeve shirts under their jerseys, but just the t-shirt jersey for Buckley. Buckley delivers. Davis takes that one high. You know Davis would love to get a piece of the ball, pick up an RBI, because if she hits it someplace, the speedy Hecox will attempt to score. That one fouled off. We might have a full count on Debbie Davis right now. Wearing the Roger Maris number 9.
Where you going if you can't get it?
Come on, Dad. Come on, Debbie. Come on, Debbie.
And another walk issued. Davis takes the walk. She's on one corner, and Megan Hecox is on the other corner. Still nobody out. And Buckley having a tough time with the control in mid-game. Dove Condifoli struck out swinging in the first inning, hit a long fly ball that was caught in the third inning. Hit it to left field. Davis, no chance to get her at second base. Davis at second. Heacock still at third. Dove Condifoli looking for some birthday ribbies. Fifth inning of work for Buckley. And swung on and missed by Condifoli. Tracy Stedman is next. Called strike right at the knees. That one sliced the knees. It was a close call. Eric Gagnon on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon, North Country Cable Network. Happy to bring you CVAC Varsity Softball. Nice changeup. Buckley holds the runner. Heacox is going to go home, and she's in safely. RBI put out. Uh-oh, Saranac throws it away, and the wild throw will bring Davis home. So even though Condifoli hit it just back to the mound, it resulted in 2 runs in for Plattsburgh. Condifoli gets an RBI for Heacock scoring, and Davis scored on the Saranac throwing error. One out now, base is empty, and that brings up cleanup hitter Tracy Stedman. 1 for 2, a single in the first inning, and a ground out to third base in the third inning. Buckley pitches the changeup for a ball high. 3 runs in the inning for Plattsburgh, so they have built up the lead to 4-0. Strike at the knees. And that's a healthy lead for the way Kayla Wallenhorst is pitching. Saranac through 5 innings, no runs and 2 hits off Wallenhorst. Nice pitch. Buckley has regained the groove, it looks like. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Big inning for Plattsburgh, 3 runs in. However, no Plattsburgh hits in the inning, and that's a called strike. That's just a... Wait a minute, did I miss something? That's just 2 outs. I thought so. Saranac ladies running off the field, but it's just 2 outs. Yeah, both umps had 2 outs. Saranac was wishing it was 3. And Holly Latour heads to the plate. I get the bat after all. Buckley pitches, and the southpaw serve is a called strike 1 to Latour. Ground out to shortstop, and a pop out to shortstop for Latour. So Aaron Pangborn's ready for this one. Holly Latour, the batter. And that one up into the lights. A high foul fly ball. And a little roller, just foul, just foul. All these runs have been directed around first base and to the other bases by the new first base coach, Amanda Lawrence, the first base coach for the Hornets. She replaced Caitlin Tobrock, who took a breather. And Amanda doesn't fool us, even though she's wearing the Blake jacket. I knew that was Amanda and not Jen Blake. The pitch in the dirt.
All right. Trying to wait that one.
That pitch low. And swung on and missed Back-to-back strikeouts to end the 5th inning. Plattsburgh High School picks up 3 runs on no hits in the 5th inning, and they left no runners on base. After 5, the score is now Plattsburgh High School 4 and Saranac Central 0. Saranac bats in the top of the 6th. Will play 7, and the first batter is Jenny Freeman. Freeman's first at-bat of the game. Kayla Wallenhorst has struck out 7, not walked a batter yet. In her varsity debut, freshman with Plattsburgh High School, a freshman pitcher, so she looks ahead and thinks about 4 years, and this is just her first varsity game. And we are here, no question about it. Jenny Freeman bats. She went in to play first base for Saranac. Kayla Wallenhorst, what a game on debut. And she has 6 more outs to record, so this game not over yet. It'll be Freeman and then Natasha Foster, who went in for Gushlaw in center field, and then Erica Buckley. Guess we lost our softballs. Careful, Kate Flynn going out in the middle of the road to retrieve a softball. Careful there. Kate got it. A lot more traffic here than on Saratoga Court, I'll tell you that, but Kate Flynn got it. She dodged the South Catherine Street traffic. Quick discussion between Davis, the catcher, and Wallenhorst, the pitcher. Now we'll have a discussion between the batter, Freeman, and assistant coach, first base coach, Mark Riel. 2-2 the count on Jenny Freeman. Called strike 3. The fastball cooking in the chilly weather. 8 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings for Wallenhorst, and now it will be Natasha Foster. This is her first at bat. First look at Wallenhorst, and swings and misses on that high fastball.
Hard now. Let's get out here. A little chatter.
Bunt. Oh, it just rolled foul. Davis was there to quick the jump on it. 0-2 now the count on Foster. She laid down a nice bunt, but it just rolled foul.
Working hard now. Working hard.
Wallenhorst looks in and delivers that one just low, just missed the knees. 1-2 now on Foster. Next pitch, and poke to right field. Latour under it and has it. The one-handed grab. Who does that? Barry Bonds out there catches that ball with one hand like that. Nice catch in right field. So Foster skies one to right field. Latour with the play again in right field. And here's Erica Buckley. Fouled out to Blake at third base and then went down swinging. This one to Hecox at second base. Ooh, the high throw, but got the put out. 3 up and 3 down, and we have played 5 1/2, and it's Plattsburgh 4, Saranac 0. The Hornets with 4 runs on 3 hits, and they have not made an error in the game. Perfect defense. Kara Bordeaux bats. The Hornets have left 4 on base. Erica Buckley back to the mound. She has walked 6, struck out 5. And that one comes in high. Bordeaux, Yakstad, and Blake, the 3 hitters for Plattsburgh. Bob McConey, the base umpire, and Pete Enso, the home plate umpire. Temperature was 50 degrees at game time. Temperature now on our AccuStat thermometer, 44 degrees. And we are feeling every one of those 44 degrees. Hopefully this will be the chilliest game of the season for us. Fouled away. John Fountain in his 9th year as the coach at Plattsburgh High School. Now we're a little confused by the article in the Press Republican Sports pages, and I'll admit it because it said at the start. I said at the start of the game, using the Press Republican as my reference point, I said Plattsburgh High School was 9-2 last season and won the division title in Section 7 championship. But then we got thinking and we looked at the article because Peru had the strong pitching of Lee Christensen, and it says in the article by Doug Sherwin that the Peru softball team had a perfect run through the CVAC and that they won Division 1 and Section 7 Class B titles. So I'm really confused by that because I remember Peru having such a great season last year. So I don't know what to say. Guess I'll find out for the next game that we do. Buckley strikes out Kara Bordeaux. She has struck out 3 in a row. She struggled with her control. It led to 3 runs for Plattsburgh, but since then she has struck out 3 in a row. So she's now even, 6 walks and 6 Ks. And here is Kate Yockstad. A single and a ground out to the pitcher. Buckley pitches, and that one swung on and just tipped into the catcher's glove. Great job of catching today, as always, by Marcy Everlith. That one comes in high. Kate Tobrock is back in the coach's box at first base for the Hornets. Amanda Lawrence gave her a 1-inning break. Yockstad takes that one for a ball low. 3-2 pitch may drop in. Pangborn back for it and catches it on the run. Aaron Pangborn retreated to the short outfield and hauled it in. Nice catch. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th for Plattsburgh, and Jen Blake, who has walked twice, shown the good eye at the plate, and she bats now. The Hornet bench cheering. That one comes inside, ball 1. Emily Cantwell in the on-deck circle, hoping that Blake gets aboard, so she'll get another at-bat. That one high and inside, 2-0 the count to Jen Blake. Where's my lucky number 12? I wore number 12 in baseball. Did you know that? I wonder if Jen knows that. I wore number 12 in baseball. And do you know why I picked number 12? I see you all thinking right now. Do you know why? Because my father wore number 12 playing first base for Rouse's Point High School. Buckley's pitch comes in high, and another walk for Jen Blake. A perfect day at the plate. 3 times up, she didn't make an out. And now Emily Cantwell gets to bat. A sacrifice bunt, reached on an error on that bunt, and then drew a walk. She gets hit with it. She gets hit with the pitch. So she goes to first base. Runners on first and second. The foot feels fine, she says. So it's Blake at second base, Cantwell at first base, and Megan Hecox gets to bat, and Coach Fountain wants to reach down the bench for a pinch hitter, perhaps. He's checking with the plate umpire, Pete Ensel, to make sure everything's following the right procedures here. And he's going to send up a pinch hitter for Megan Hecox. No, a pinch runner. Let's see. Kate Flynn's going to come back and pinch run. That's what it is. Hecox will bat, but Blake will come out, and Coach Fountain's going to send the speedy Kate Flynn down to second base. And there goes Flynn to replace Blake, the Saratoga Court Comet, they call her. She runs so fast. And Heacock's bats 0 for 2 plus a walk, a run scored in the leadoff spot for Megan Heacox. Hard to believe she's a senior already. We knew several of these Hornet players, of course, when they were back in 6th grade at Stafford Middle School. Now here they are, seniors, just a few years later. Eric Gagnon on camera. Of course, we knew him when he was little, too. Eric Gagnon on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon. We are North Country Cable Network, opening the CVAC season with Saranac at Plattsburgh High School from South Acres Field in Plattsburgh. Our thanks to Allison Arnold and everyone at Mountain Lake Television for their support of our public access channel. Also, our thanks to Goose Gagnon and Tina Wallenhorst, who help us out with scheduling at Charter Communications. Heacox gets a walk, so suddenly the Hornets have the bases loaded with 2 outs and the dangerous Debbie Davis at the plate. 1 for 2 plus a walk. Davis has scored twice. She leads the Hornet team this season in runs scored. Of course, it is the first game, but she scored twice. Heacox and Cantwell have only scored once. Davis bats looking for that good pitch. That one called strike. Davis says, I've seen better. Well, she didn't say it, but I know she was thinking it. Davis is ready now, in the fastball up high from Buckley. Sacks packed, and they've got a run down at third base and the out. Good heads-up play to pick Flynn off of third base. So Flynn, the pinch runner, gets picked off third base, and that ends the inning with Davis at the plate. No runs, and Buckley and the defense of Saranac able to shut the door. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for Saranac, and it's Plattsburgh 4, Saranac 0. The middle of the order, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Saranac, and Pangborn up there swinging, ground ball to Heacox, and an error at first base. I'm not sure who that'll go to, but Pangborn reaches on the first Hornet error of the game. Now Plattsburgh leads 4-0. Plattsburgh's offense, 4 runs on just 3 hits. They left 6 runners on base. They took advantage of 7 walks issued by pitcher Erica Buckley. Buckley did strike out 6 in the game. But this one may not be over. That play at second base, and in safely is Pangborn. So Pangborn at second base now. And if you're Saranac, you're thinking you get one at a time. We're down 4-0. We poke away. We get one here. We get one there. And we avoid the outs. Cleanup hitter Marcy Everlith up. She's 0 for 2. But the pressure now on the Hornets defense. Wallenhorst has surrendered no runs on 2 hits through 6 innings of work. She struck out 8 and hasn't walked a batter. So she has pitched a dandy in her varsity debut. But she has 3 more outs to record before she can call it a complete success. And Everlith steps out. Katie O'Connell will follow, and then Jenny Facto will get her first at-bat for Saranac. So they have the part of the lineup that you'd like to have up there. Big swing, the home run swing from Everlith. Pangborn at second base with nobody out. Saranac trying to knock on the Hornets' nest. That one comes in high. I see Wallenhorst still has the zip on the fastball. That one outside. Nice grab by Davis. It's either 2-2 or 3-2. And that one driven to the outfield. Kara Bordeaux on the run off her glove, and that'll be a run for Saranac. Everlith touches second. Ball retrieved in the outfield. One run in, and Everlith stops at third. A long run by Bordeaux, but off her glove. She had a good try at it. Perhaps should have had it. I'll score it as a triple for Everlith to score Pangbourne. And there goes the shutout, just like that. Now the game becomes the issue. So Everlith's triple scores Pangbourne, and now Katie O'Connell bats. She struck out in the second and then hit one deep to right field in the fifth. A 4-1 game, nobody out, and that's what you do if you're Saranac. Get one in. We got another one in scoring position. We got another good hitter up. You take them one at a time. And Coach Dar wants to talk to umpire Pete Ensel. Not sure what this is about. A lot of pointing going on. And it looks like a possible substitution for Saranac. They're going to bring Jess Jackstad off the bench. Oh, she had the jacket on. She had the long pants on. All of a sudden, they're calling her into the game to run.
Yes, no, T. Give me T instead.
Oh, then Jess got all ready, stripped down, and they decide, no, instead, let's put in a different runner. Now the two coaches want to talk about it. So let's see who's going to go in and run. Kayla somebody. Do you know who that runner is? Kayla? Huh? What? Oh, Tiana? Tiana, okay. Tiana Gushlaw, who started the game as the center fielder. So Tiana Gushlaw runs in the Marcy Everlith spot. And Jackstad puts the pants back on. That one off the glove of Wallenhorst, and it's 4-2. A single for O'Connell off the glove of Wallenhorst and deflected into center field. And Gushlaw, running in the Everlith spot, scores. It's 4-2 on the RBI single by O'Connell. Tying run at the plate, still nobody out for Jenny Facto. Her first at bat of the game. And we've got a barn burner. Saranac with no runs on 2 hits through the first 6 innings. Suddenly an error, a triple, and a single, and they are in business. They foul that one, fouled off to South Catherine Street and over to the cemetery. Facto the batter with Steph Drillette on deck. Drillette has a hit off Wallenhorst in the game. That one fouled off and also over the fence. Right to the same spot, huh, Eric? Both foul balls to the same spot. Caitlin Tobrock doing the shagging this inning. Facto at the plate. Sun comes out. That one just missed. The sun is out for the first time today, bringing our AccuStat thermometer up to 46 degrees. But it's a cloudy situation right now for Plattsburgh, who had the game in their grasp. That one fouled at the plate, but fouled in the batter's box. So it's just a foul ball. Facto will get another swing. O'Connell at first base. Saranac down by 2. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Swung on and missed, and a strikeout, a big strikeout. Get that first out. It was tough getting there because the first 3 batters for Saranac in the 7th got on base. They only had 2 base runners the entire game. But they got their first 3 on in the 7th. Steph Drillette bats, she's 1 for 2. O'Connell well off first base, and Davis chases her back. I thought O'Connell was going to get caught in what you call a pickle. 1 on and 1 out for Saranac. Tying run at the plate Steph Drillette. That one in. Davis fakes the throw down to first base. You definitely don't want to throw the ball around. If you're going to throw it, you better be sure you were right on target. You're headed towards the bottom of the order, but that hasn't mattered to Saranac because their 2 hits through the first 6 innings were in this spot and the following spot, Davidson. Wallenhorst pitch, fouled right towards our camera and right at the O'Connells. But they're okay, yep. Under that nice Afghan, but kicked it away, knocked it away nicely. Steph Drillette remains at the plate. This one called strike 3. So Kayla Wallenhorst picks up her 10th strikeout. And she smelled the problem and she struck it out. 2 strikeouts now in the inning, and then Saranac down to potentially their last at-bat. 1 out to go. It's Ashley Davidson, popped up but out of play. Over to the Saranac fans. Ashley Davidson at the plate, a single in the 3rd inning and hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th. She hit it to, I believe, shortstop. Yeah, it was. She hit one to Stedman at shortstop. Davidson the batter. Wallenhorst the pitcher, 1 out away from her first high school victory as a pitcher. But Saranac giving it a run in this last inning. 2 runs in and a runner on, and that'll be a liner to Stedman at shortstop for the game, and Plattsburgh High School wins it. 2 runs on 2 hits in the final inning. And they leave 1 on base in the final inning. Congratulations to the Hornets, who start the season with a win. Great job by the umpires Pete Ensel and Bob McConey. So Plattsburgh wins this one. Plattsburgh High School with 4 runs on 3 hits. They made 1 error and they left 6 on base. Saranac with 2 runs on 4 hits. And they made 2 errors and they left 3 on base in the contest. The big story, probably, Kayla Wallenhorst in her debut as a varsity pitcher, just a freshman, picks up the win. She struck out 10 and did not walk a batter, and she surrendered 2 runs on 4 hits. And by the way, Sabrina Noel was the scorekeeper for Saranac in this game. Not sure who the official score was, but thanks to Eric Gagnon for his work on camera. Thanks to all of the Perry family, especially Brian and Tina, for their support of North Country Cable Network. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everyone at North Country Cable Network saying final score, Plattsburgh High School 4 and Saranac Central 2. Good night, North Country.